Hey, Real and Raw fans. It is June 13th, 2023, and we have been out of town. We had a couple of funerals that you've probably seen in the last video. Actually, one funeral, but then we had a neighbor who passed away, and so before he had passed, we had visited him in the hospital and just kind of a little out of it. I just heard of a very sweet, dear friend of mine from my past. Her husband just passed away on the 6th of June, and I just got his celebration of life notice or invitation yesterday. This is a friend of mine out of Florida. So just kind of reflective today on a lot of things. However, I did want to tell you all that we're back from our trip. We're here at the home front and wanted to give you an update on our plants that we had put in containers. And they are just doing amazing considering that we were gone for a couple of different weekends. We've been back on the weekdays, but weekends we were in Ohio and then came back. And then we went to North Georgia and did a little family weekend vacation with the kids and our grandchildren. So we're back and wanted to give you an update. So really exciting. Take a look. All right. So here's our sweet potatoes. And if you remember, Andy had cut these back quite a bit. So obviously you can clearly see that the container process works for us. This here, that's just a whole nother sweet potato. There's a different variety there that we talked about last time. So anyway, over here, yes, these are our tomato seedlings. I mean, just unbelievable. So here's even additional seedlings, if you remember, that we had in here. And then down here we've got, all of our varieties of bush beans. Let's see. I don't think those are doing well. Oh, okay, those are the jalapeno peppers. Bush beans. This is our cantaloupe is doing fabulous. And of course our zucchini. So hopefully you can see these varieties of plants in here. And again, this is just I don't even know how many gallons this tote is. Let's see. It is by Sterilite, and it is what does that say? 66. 66 quarts. 160, no. Let's see, where's my gallons? I'm not very good at saying what exactly that equates to, but it's 66 quart tote, and there's 66 books in the Bible, so there are no coincidences. And this is an opportunity that we have now. This one didn't do as well. We do have some baby dill down there, but we're still waiting on these others, and I don't think they're going to come up, but that's okay considering all of the progress of the 3 totes. And then moving all of our seedlings into these pots. And I mean, just look at the height on these plants and the health. The stalk itself is so beefy. I mean, it's just such a blessing that we were able to do this. And I was even wondering if by keeping them up on the deck, it takes them away from being disturbed by ground critters. So anyway, that's where we're at. We have been putting a fan on them to help them learn how to withstand the wind when we do put them in the ground. And that was a video that we saw, and it definitely is something that is working for us. So I'm going to take you down, and here's our lemon balm, and our basils come back so nicely. We got to get ready to harvest that. And then this is a sunflower that was stuck in there. It's growing nicely. Our herbs need to be harvested, dried. I need to get out my dehydrator. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to take you down here. So Andy just got done finishing planting them. And look at our dill. Dill's doing beautifully too. So this container gardening really does work with us. It took a couple years to get the hang of it. But take a look at these. This is the ginger that I had, literally a piece of ginger from a friend of mine that was given to me in Florida. And I was going to eat it. Not a fan of ginger, but I was going to eat it. And then I thought, you know what? I'm never going to eat this. Let me go ahead and plant it and see if it, sprouts. So, sure enough, this is our sweet potatoes that we just went ahead and transplanted into the ground. Got some sweet potatoes up here. This is our elderberry, which is not in high sun a lot, but it has berries on it that are starting. It's probably about 50% full. I don't know if there's going to be more, but it's great to see that we can bring some things home and plant them here because we don't have, again, the most sun on our yard like we do in the garden up at our other property. So here are the seedlings, the tomato seedlings that have been transplanted. And then there are some, is that the bush bean you said?
Yeah.
The bush bean there on the end. There's some more sweet potato cuttings. And then here are some additional tomato plants that have been put in the ground, ready to go. Over here is our zucchini. Now, tell us about the zucchini. Was that something that we put in the, were they just seeds?
These
I can't
are our
remember.
seeds. Yes, we harvested the seeds from the zucchini. We saved one zucchini and let it grow until it fully matured and started to, thing got huge, got like as big as my leg here.
Yeah.
And then we saved that in the kitchen all winter long. It started to turn yellow. And then it was just a couple months ago we actually harvested the seeds.
Look at the size of these.
So we got 4 here, there's 1 down there. There's a volunteer that grew out here somehow.
I mean, these are doing so well out here.
Because we only had 1 zucchini plant here last year, planted over here, and it produced 0 zucchinis. So
Planted over where you just put the tomatoes.
where the
Yeah.
elderberry pot is right
Oh, where
there.
the elderberry is? Okay.
We tried to do a few, and only 1 really succeeded, and it did not produce.
So, really what we're doing is just, trying them out here so we can keep a closer eye on them since this is where we reside.
We planted some cantaloupe seed out here, and we have a couple of seeds coming up. We need to put a few more in. So right there is a cantaloupe seed.
Okay.
I think there's 2 over there coming up. I put 3 on each one of these little mounds. And that one down there, I thought it had some growing on it, but I don't see anything, so.
Okay.
And then we have sweet potatoes here, here, and here. A couple sweet potato plants at each one of those little hills. And then there's that lone zucchini right down the hill there. I keep forgetting about them. Because I had planted all along here. I had planted up here zucchinis and pumpkins or cantaloupes or something. I planted a whole row down there, and that's the only one that lasted in that row.
Was that last year or this year?
This year.
Oh, I didn't realize we did that.
Just a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah, before we went.
So they're not going to
Florida.
grow because they weren't maintained.
Well, they never came up.
Oh, okay.
They did not germinate.
Yeah.
But we got these
I don't know
right
if we
here.
didn't water them or what happened.
Well, we went to Florida right after I did it.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
what we are struggling with, and not really struggling, we're kind of used to it, is that Andy, as you know, had a landscaping business, And all of this was beautifully maintained at some point. You know, these are our steps. You can barely see them now. And it was manicured, and there was, you know, pesticides, and there was, you know, different things that were put on the yard to keep the weeds at bay, and lots of Roundup and all that. So what we're doing at our own home front is we are allowing our weeds to be used as mulch. So we're going to come in here with the weed whacker and try and get these to become more of a mulch and clean it up that way, because it is a lot of work to do this, and it's so much easier to just spray chemicals. So that's the way we were, you know, taught, and that's not the right way. That is not the healthy way. So these are our banana trees. I mean, they're just unbelievable. It's just 3 there, and we pulled these down and we left 1, and now we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like stalks coming up, or trunks, I guess. So here we have our elephant ear plant down there. And you know, the story of this is that one year for Andy's birthday, I can't remember what birthday, but it was a pretty big deal, and we had a shark roast. We actually roasted a shark on, I was able to buy a large mako shark, and we did kind of like a Jimmy Buffett party. If you can see down there, that is our pit. That is our, I guess you'd call it a smoker, but it's very large, and we did a pig roast one time, and then we decided to do a shark roast. And so we decorated our backyard, and we had neighbors and family and friends over, and so we put in these cute little banana plants that we bought just to kind of add a little bit of the tropical flair. Well, this was at least, I'm going to say 7 years ago, and they are doing amazing. They come back every year, you know, and we even had a cold front that came through that froze. It got down to like 5 degrees, and here they are. They're back, and they're doing great. And it's weird because our butterfly plant, that is, you know, something that we've grown year over year, didn't come back from the freeze. So anyway, how long has it been that we planted those banana plants?
This is like the 2nd year.
Huh?
2nd year?
No, the shark roast is when.
Oh no.
Yeah, the shark roast. We did a banana plant or 2, and then we also did the elephant ears. So. Yeah. Yeah, George gave them to us, remember?
Did he?
Yeah, I think he was growing them across the street. Anyway, it's been a while. So obviously they do well in this area, and you know, Andy made a good point. It's very shaded back here now. And so if you think about it, you know, they are tropical, but they also, you know, are plants that grow in the rainforest. So I guess we have our own little rainforest back here. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming in today and watching our update for what we got going on here. We're excited to have a little bit closer of an eye on things. And now we're just kind of debating on, you know, should we go back down to Florida to attend the funeral of my friend, the passing of her husband. So just lots to kind of process today, since we just got the news last night. So count your blessings. Count your many blessings, because we sure do have them. And we have to live each day to the fullest. Have a great day.